Now, race fans, please remain standing for the singing of tonight's national anthem with our special guest singer, Ed Rock.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran glare, the bomb bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ed Rock, race fans, giving his rendition of the national anthem. Ed Rock, we want to thank him out of Mentone for supplying us with our national anthem tonight. We also want to thank mini stock number 13, Mike Miller Jr., street stock number 7, the Dominator Dan Shepard, street stock number 3, J.R. Chupp, mini stock 17, Corey Ryman, the 16 of J.R. Ryman, and the 19 of Jerry Ryman. We want to thank those guys for supplying us with their colors tonight as we kick off the Hoosier Outlaw Super Sprint Series racing program tonight here at the new Paris Speedway.
Okay, 6 cars, 8 laps. Flagman Keith Ousley says, one more time around, racers. Next time by, we'll let her rip for 8 laps. Jim Payne holding him down. Tom Patterson, here he comes off of 4, and we got the green. 3 wide through turn 2. Tim Cox to the outside, around them all, and down the backstretch. It's Tom Patterson. Tim Cox to the outside of Sonda Eden. Here comes lap 1. Tim Cox torching the tire down the backstretch, up to the front on 3 laps. Woo! Just like that, your fast qualifier out in front of the field. Watch the 7 car, 3rd position, running the 6 car, going after the 11. Greg Wheeler to the high side. Just a couple laps to go now. Tim Cox way out in front. The races for 2nd. Greg Wheeler all over the 11 of Patterson. White flag out. Wheeler looking upstairs on Tom Patterson, coming down for the white flag. 1 more lap to go. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th under a blanket in turn 2. Wheeler now under Patterson in turn 3. Oh, look at him get sideways. Brings it back together. Patterson, Wheeler, Sondy Eden, Chris Jagger, and Jim Payne. Just like that, 8 laps. All right, here we go. Second heat race coming out of turn 3. Jeff Kaiser, Eric Curry, drag race to 1. Give it to Kaiser on the outside. Jerry Carrier now running upside of second. Out in front, it's all Jeff Kaiser. Jerry Carrier coming after him. Scott Seaton now up to third. Jimmy McCune fourth. Eric Curry fifth. Jeff Kaiser got that big lead in his back pocket, but Jerry Carrier is coming to pick it up. Jeff Kaiser halfway to a heat race win here at New Paris tonight. Look at the race out on the backstretch, folks. The number 1 and 19 car. 19 to the outside. Jimmy McCune going to make a move on Seaton, but cannot get it done. White flag out for Jeff Kaiser. McCune now falling back. Strauskis around him. And it's Jeff Kaiser. Jerry Carrier, Scott Seaton going to hold on to third over Micah Strauskis, Jimmy McCune, and Eric Curry. One minute, 49 seconds for that heat race. 1:49 for 8 laps around the Speedway. And the Hoosier Outlaw Sprint Series Sunday evening at South Bend Motor Speedway. Rodney Zemek, Patrick Stewart on the front row. Sam Davis and Ron Kohler in the second. Hank Lauer, Michael Tarleton, Ted McKibben. Here comes the field. It's good. And they're on the backstretch. Two laps down, Patrick Stewart taking advantage of that big front row jump. But watch the 9 car working out of turn 2. Michael Tarleton on the high side. Up to third, Hank Lauer right behind him, wanting to get around the 43 of Davis. Can't get it done, lap 4. Tarleton now closing on the 10 of Ron Kohler. Three laps to go as they look to close on the 90 car of Patrick Stewart. One more lap to go for Patrick Stewart. Going to hang on to it, is he, down the hair front stretch. Tarleton, one more chance at Kohler. Kohler opens it up, and look at him go to the bottom, but he can't get it done. Kohler holds off Tarleton for second, but out in front, the black 90 car from Jamestown, Indiana, Patrick Stewart with the heat race win. Finishing up fourth, Hank Lauer and Sam Davis in the 43 car fifth. That's it for Hoosier Outlaw Sprint Series heat race action. We'll be back in just a little bit with the big 30-lap feature.
All right, race fans, here's your lineup for tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. The 10 fastest street stocks on the track. On the pole, the 125 from Claypool of Frosty Scott Frost. On the outside of the front row, the number 40 from Syracuse of Rob Smith. Second row inside, driving car number 6, that's Lou Strimmy. To his right, number 10, Hollywood Eric Kaiser. Third row inside, the Goshen Collision Center special number 1 of Al Maurer. To his right, the 66 from Syracuse of Dandy Randy Niles. Fourth row is the 99 of Mark Blessing, your current points leader in the street stocks. To his right from Warsaw, the number 5 of the Shep Dog, Jason Shepard. Last row inside, 17, Bob Schisler Jr. And our fast qualifier, the 38 of Darrell Click. As they go 10 cars going 8 laps in the fast Michiana Tire Street Stock heat. 125 Scott Frost staying out in front. Number 6 Lou Strimmy going to stay on the low side. The inside lane has it momentarily as they complete lap number 1 this time by. Number 6 Lou Strimmy driving the Monteith Tire sponsored number 6 Street Stock this weekend. Since the late models have the weekend off, we go 3 wide into turn 3. 99 Mark Blessing got on the low side. Number 1 Al Maurer got squeezed in the middle. 40 Rob Smith on the high side, and into the wall they go. Trying to figure out a way to get around the pole setter as they complete lap 2 this time by. Lou Strimmy in the number 6, still right behind the 125. 66 Randy Niles wiggled a little bit coming out of turn 2, and that held everybody up from third on back as they complete lap 3. 125 Scott Frost, number 6 Lou Strimmy digging the dirt coming out of turn 2, trying to find somewhere a little lower than the 125. At the halfway point, 4 in and 4 to go this time. It is the 125 of Scott Frost with the number 6 of Lou Strimmy running second. 66 Randy Niles still in third, and a battle for fourth now between the number 5 of Jason Shepard and the 38 of Darrell Click as we complete lap 5. Two laps to go this time by. Number 6 Lou Strimmy was looking to the outside through turns 1 and 2. Didn't have enough room and enough groove to get by the 125 as the white flag will fly for our pole setter, Scott Frost. He's got 1 more to go. And the checkered flag will come out this time for the 125 of Scott Frost. .125, 6, and 66. That's the way they finish 1, 2, and 3. Dandy Randy Niles out of Syracuse, and then the 66 picks up third. Number 6 Lou Strimmy driving that number 6 street stock this weekend finishes second behind your pole setter. So put your hands together for your fast Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat winner from Claypool, Indiana, driving the car number 125. Let's hear it for Frosty Scott Frost. Frosty Scott Frost, number 125, sponsored by Two Dudes Garage, Miller Boys Racing, the Burkholder Boys, and his wife Michelle, all sponsor 125 Scott Frost. On the inside, driving car number 17, that is Jason Slayball. To his right in row 1 is the 28 of Matt Burkholder. Second row is the 45 of Kevin Ray. And from Plymouth, number 40, Tricky Dicky Sedal. Third row inside, the Mean Green Machine, number 88 of Doug Hanna. To his right in row 3 is the 15 from Goshen of Don Hunley. Fourth row inside, 121 Mark Miller. To his right, the 78 of Donnie Click. Fifth row, we've got the 12 of Kevin Gunkel and the 52 of Matt Sparks as they bring it up to speed out of turn 4. Mighty Mike turns them loose, they're off and racing. 10 cars going 8 laps. The second of our Michiana Tire Street Stocks. 17, Jason Slayball. Jason Slayball out in front, car number 17, 88. Doug Hanna getting bottled up behind 45, Kevin Ray, and the 40, Tricky Dicky Sedal now moves to third as 28, Matt Burkholder stays there in second as they complete lap 2. 17, Jason Slayball out in front, 28, Matt Burkholder, 40, Tricky Dicky Sedal from Plymouth. 45, Kevin Ray trying to hold off the 15 of Don Hunley. 15, Don Hunley out of Goshen, and at Riverbend Hose Specialties, number 15. Only 41 points off the pace as 15, Don Hunley's running second in the point standings here at the new Paris Speedway. 4 more laps remain in our second Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. (15) Don Hunley trying to move up on the outside of the number 40 of Tricky Dicky Sedal for third as they come out of turn 4 with 2 to go this time by. Don Hunley in the 15 works the outside groove. 45 Kevin Ray stays on the inside line there, wants to stay on the inside there for fourth as the white flag will fly. But 15, Don Hunley works the outside. He falls off the pace a little bit as he gets loose in turn 2 and he loses a spot. But up front, the front 3 unchanged as the checkered flag will fly for 17, Jason Slayball. 17, 28, and 40. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. Number 40, Tricky Dicky Sedal out of Plymouth finishes third. 28, Matt Burkholder from Bremen held on to second. And winning tonight's second Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat, put your hands together for the 17 of Jason Slayball. Jason Slayball, Extreme Racing sponsored driver, catching a ride from the Schisler Trucking Racing Team. Bob Schisler Sr.'s number 17. Of course, Jason Slayball behind the wheel again this weekend. The car is sponsored by Schisler Trucking, Lippert Components, Zyman, a division of Lippert and Milford, Lakeside Homes Sales and Transport, Stuckman and Sons Roll-Off Service, Bryan Service Center, and Creation Graphics, all sponsors the 17 car of Jason Slayball. Third Street Stock Heat. On the pole, car number 13 is Mike Miller Jr. out of Elkhart. To his right, the 88 is Speedy Bobby Prince. Second row inside from Goshen in the 124, that's Tim Davis. To his right, the 66 being driven tonight by J.R. Ryman. J.R. Ryman getting a look in the street stock division tonight. He's also running minis, but he'll be driving the 66 street stock on the outside of the second row. Third row inside, car number 3 from New Paris is J.R. Chupp. To his right in row 3 is the 57 of Ron Tracus from Mishawaka. Fourth row inside, car number 18 out of Elkhart is Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh. To his right, the 68 of Mark Vance Jr. In row 5, we've got the 55 of Bam Bam Brian Cannon and the number 8 back there of Kurt Gunkel. And at the very back of the pack, making it an 11-car field, is the number 4 from Elkhart of Curtis Gray. 11 cars going 8 laps in our third street stock heat. Mighty Mike Powers turns him loose. 11 cars going 8 laps. Bobby Prince, number 88, up front. Brings him around for lap number 1. Bobby Prince, speedy, out in front of the 13 of Mike Miller Jr. Number 3, Randy Chupp, and the 124, Tim Davis, battling for third as they complete lap 2. Tim Davis on the outside in the 124 in that heavy Chevy, trying to work his way to the front. And caution flag comes out. We got debris on the backstretch as the hood off the 4-star car of Curtis Gray come flying off back there in the backstretch. So lost hood on the number 4 car of Curtis Gray brings out our first caution in our third Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. 13, Mike Miller Jr. running second. 124, Tim Davis lines up there third on the restart. J.R. Chupp in the 3, 18, Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh, 55, Bam Bam Brian Cannon, J.R. Ryman in the 66, Mark Vance Jr., Kurt Gunkel, and Curtis Gray as we go back to racing with 6 laps to go. .124, Tim Davis trying to figure out some way to get around the fluorescent number 13 of Mike Miller. We'll have 3 down and 5 to go this time by. Halfway mark comes out for number 88, speedy Bobby Prince. .88 Bobby Prince out in front. Mike Miller Jr. in the 13 running in second. 124 Tim Davis there in third as we complete lap 5. Your leader's not your leader any longer. 88 Bobby Prince is over his time. I'll have the facts and figures on 88 in a little bit. Your new leader is number 13 Mike Miller Jr. 124 Tim Davis now being scored as second. J.R. Chupp in the 3 is running in third. 18 Billy Rumbaugh's in fourth as the white flag will fly for car number 13 Mike Miller Jr. That's the battle for the lead up front between 13 Mike Miller Jr. and a 124 Tim Davis. Keep your eye on them as they come out of turn 4 to complete. And the checkered flag waves for 13 Mike Miller Jr. .13, 124, and 3. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. Number 3, J.R. Chupp finishes third. 124, Tim Davis crossed the line second. Right behind your winner, the fluorescent pick-em-up truck. Number 13 from Elkhart. Put your hands together for the 13 of Mike Miller Jr. Car number 88, Bobby Prince, qualified in today with a 1590. Of course, we have zero tolerance here at the new Paris Speedway, and we clocked him in traffic with a 1581 and a 1573, and that's the reason why he was relinquished of the checkered flag, and it was passed over to the 13 of Mike Miller Jr. Congratulations to Mike Miller Jr. Well, your pole setter for our fourth street stock heat is the 102 of Dennis Baker. On the outside of the front row, the 88 of Jimmy Goldsboro. Second row is the 20 of Rick Richardson and the 7 of Dan Shepard. Then you got 52 Chris Highball, 71 the Doughboy Larry Saunders, number 8 Andrew Meads, and the 84 Bob Hunsberger already headed for the pits as we go green flag racing on tonight's fourth street stock heat. Oh, and Dan Shepard and in the side of Chris Highball, and around they go in the backstretch. Caution flag's going to come out before they can even get a lap in. The Dominator went left and went into the 52 of Chris Highball. They went sliding together just like synchronized swimming over there in the backstretch in this fourth street stock heat. Lining them back up again in the front row, 102 Dennis Baker and the 88 of Jimmy Goldsboro. The 20 there, Rick Richardson, and the 7 of Dan Shepard. 52 Chris Highball, 71 Larry Saunders. Three wide racing up front into turn 1 as Chris Highball tries to get around the 20, and he puts 20, Rick Richardson, right into Dan Shepard. The Dominator Dan Shepard comes out of it though. 52 Chris Highball's worked his way to second now as he gets on the low side of the 88 of Jimmy Goldsboro. But Chris Highball from Jones, Michigan, car number 52, move it or lose it. That's the way he's racing right now with 2 down and 6 to go. Move it or lose it. He's coming through. 102 Dennis Baker running Chris Highball off into the infield, and away they go into turn 3. Both of them. With 6 laps to go is the Doughboy, 71 Larry Saunders. Number 20 Rick Richardson restarts there in second. 88 Jimmy G there in third. 23 Donnie Harrison sees himself up to fourth now, as they'll be bringing it up to speed as they come out of turn 4. Mighty Mike Powers gives them the green. They're off and racing. Coming up at the halfway, 71 Larry Saunders trying to hold off the 20 of Rick Richardson. Halfway mark comes out. 4 down and 4 to go this time around. Number 20, Rick Richardson, still trying to catch and figure out some way to get around Larry Saunders, as they'll have 6 down, 2 to go this time around. Number 7, Dan Shepard now sliding down on the inside, gets past Jimmy Goldsboro, and 23, Donnie Harrison trying to move up to the top 3 as the white flag flies for 71, Larry Saunders, and the 20 of Rick Richardson. And the checkered flag will fly for number 71, Larry Saunders. 71, 20, and 7. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. Number 7, Dan Shepard finishes third. Number 20, Rick Richardson there in second. And winning tonight's 4th street stock heat as he rolls up here to get the checkered flag. Put your hands together for the 71. That's the Doughboy, Larry Saunders. Larry Saunders out of Goshen, the Doughboy, sponsored by Elkhart Metal Distributing out of Elkhart. Penguin Point there in Goshen. Paragon Print and Imaging. Creation Graphics. Mom and Pete. Marcus Racing. And Rita Motor Company. All sponsors of 71 of the Doughboy, Larry Saunders. Now here's your lineup for tonight's fifth and final Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. On the pole, car number 79 is Bruce Fernie Jr. To his right in row one is the number 20 of Alex Pratt. Second row, from Kimmel, Indiana, driving car number 007 is Jack Brazel. To his right from Plymouth, and car number 89 is Jeff Stetler. Third row inside the 20 there, that's Eric Gill. To his right, the 50P of Mark Pulver from Albion. Fourth row inside, 32 from Napanee, Josh Summers. To his right, the 44, or the 4H of David Henson. We've also got the 77 of Brian Jimerson. And the 442 at the very back of the pack. That is the 442 of Sheldon Lindlag. 9 cars going 8 laps in tonight's fifth and final Michiana Tire Street Stock Heat. As they come out of turn 4, they'll bring it up to speed, and Mighty Mike Powers turns them loose. Number 20, Alex Pratt, brings him around for lap 1. Number 89, Jeff Stetler, running in second. 007, Jack Brazel, spun out down there in turn 4. He's out of harm's way. We're still under green light racing as they complete lap 2. 89, Jeff Stetler, trying to get around the 20 of Alex Pratt on the outside down the billboard backstretch. And 89, Jeff Stetler from Plymouth, Indiana, trying to work his way to the lead on lap 3. He'll do so, as Alex Pratt wasn't giving up easy. Number 20, the orange 20 of Alex Pratt, now back to third and losing ground, as the other number 20 of Eric Gill is up to second at the halfway point. 4 in and 4 to go. 89, Jeff Stetler is your leader. Eric Gill in the 20, the orange and black number 20 is running in second. 32, Josh Summers is now up to third as we complete lap 5. Two laps remain in tonight's Michiana Tire 5th Street Stock Heat. At 89, Jeff Stetler out in front. Eric Gill in the 20 running in second as the white flag flies. One more to go, this time by. 32, Josh Summers is running in third. The 007 of Jack Brazel is a lap down, and Summers got into the back of him. Now 77, Brian Jimerson's up to third as the checkered flag flies for number 89, Jeff Stetler. 89, 20, and 77. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. 77, Brian Jimerson was third. 20, Eric Gill finishes second. And winning tonight's 5th and final Street Stock Heat. Put your hands together for the 89 of Jeff Stetler. Jeff Stetler out of Plymouth, sponsored by the Lakeville Subway, Affordable Autos, Chain of Lake Services in Plymouth, the Irrigation Solutions there in Lakeville, and D-Signs, all sponsors. 89, Jeff Stetler. Line up for tonight's fast Dayton Daytona Mini Stock Heat. On the pole, car number 47, that is the Bulldog Gene Hughes. To his right in row 1, car number 10 from Goshen is the Stickman Tim Barrett. Second row inside, car number 13, That is Squidward Michael Landry. To his right, the 83 from Bourbon of Donnie Mangan. Third row inside from Napanee, driving car number 4 is Dave Castle. To his right, the 83 of Jeremy Damron. Fourth row inside, driving car number 19, that's your points leader, that is Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman. To his right in row 4 is car number 9, Gentleman Jim Engelmeyer from Wakarusa. Good to have him back. Last year's track champion in our mini stocks. Number 9, Jim Engelmeyer, lines up on the outside of the fourth row. Fifth row inside, the top 2 qualifiers, the 16 of J.R. Ryman and the 17 of Corey Ryman. Fast qualifier, number 17, Corey Ryman. The young guns line up back there at the back of the pack. We've got 10 cars getting ready to go 8 laps in our fast Daytona Mini Stock Heat. Okay, next time by, we're going green, I do believe. Our leader, our pole setter is the 47 of Gene Hughes. All right, 10 cars going 8 laps in our fast Daytona Mini Stock Heat. Finally going to get going as Mighty Mike Powers turns them loose. Side-by-side racing, wheel to wheel as they go into turns 3 and 4. Gene Hughes, the Bulldog, barking them through turn 4 and through the main straightaway. Number 10, Tim Barrick on the outside groove, running there in second. Then you got the 13 of Squidward, Michael Landry there trying to squeeze them off. He's there in third as we complete lap number 2. They got 6 more to go. The fastest of our Daytona Mini Stocks now, Dave Castle in car number 4, moving up to the outside groove. Number 4, Dave Castle, running there on the outside. You got 83, Jeremy Damron, right behind him. He looks to the inside. He's looking for second as they go 3 wide in the Billboard backstretch and into turn 3. And Jeremy Damron moves to second at the halfway point, 4 in and 4 to go. 83, Jeremy Damron. Oh, and a little tap around goes the 4 of Dave Castle in turn 2. Dave Castle getting a little love tap from the number 10 of Tim Barrick, and a caution flag will come out as number 4, Dave Castle, is unable to get her going. Number 47, the Bulldog Gene Hughes, started on the pole, but he's got 83, Jeremy Damron, number 4, Dave Castle, the 13 of Michael Landry, and Corey Ryman, fast qualifier there in 5th. And it looks like Jerry Ryman's headed for the pit area as we get going back to green flag racing with 4 laps left in our fast Daytona Mini Stock Heat. 83, Jeremy Damron now trying to find some way to get to the outside. He wants the front spot. So does Dave Castle and Michael Landry and J.R. Ryman and Corey Ryman as we complete lap 5. 3 rows side by side as they go into turns 1 and 2. And 83, Jeremy Damron, squirting his way to the front on lap number 6. 2 more to go for the 83 of the kid, Jeremy Damron, out in front. Number 4, Dave Castle, running in second. 47, Gene Hughes is back to third as the rest of the field battle from there on back as the white flag will fly this time for 83, Jeremy Damron. And a checkered flag will wave again for 83, Jeremy Damron. 83, 4, and 17. That's the way they finished 1, 2, and 3. 17, Corey Ryman will finish there in third as he worked his way from the very back of the pack. Number 4, Dave Castle will finish second. And winning tonight's Fast 8 Daytona Mini Stock Heat. Put your hands together as he rolls up here to get the checkered flag for the 83 of the kid, Jeremy Damron. Like a rocket. And now here's your lineup for the second of our Daytona Mini Stock Heats. On the pole, car number 47G, that's Gabe Whetstone. To his right in the front row from Walkerton, the 5J of Derek Jimerson. Second row inside out of Warsaw, car number 60 is Stan Hudson. To his right in row 2 is the 5 from Middlebury of Merle Yoder. Third row inside, car number 1, that's Craig Castle. To his right, car number 34 from Mintone, Mark Hughes. Fourth row is the 14 of Kevin Grubb, the 96 of Andy Kindig. And at the back of the pack, number 12 is Brian Allen. 9 cars going 8 laps in our second Daytona Mini Stock Heat as Mighty Mike turns them loose. '47G, Gabe Whetstone out in front. Stan Hudson in the 60 moving up there to second as we complete lap number 1. 47, Gabe Whetstone, 60, Stan Hudson. Derek Jimerson in car number 5, looking on the outside, moving to third as we complete lap 2. '60, Stan Hudson looking for the lead down the billboard backstretch and into turn 3. And car number 60, Stan Hudson, now your new leader on lap number 3. Stan Hudson, car number 60 out of Warsaw with number 1, Craig Castle. Craig Castle trying to make a bid there in turn 3, but had to back off wisely as we complete 4 down and 4 more to go. Oh, and number 1, Craig Castle into the back of the 60, and around they go in turn 2. Oh my goodness, the top 2 spots. Battling for the top 2 spots, and a little slip up, and both cars will have to restart at the tail. Number 1, Craig Castle, and 60, Stan Hudson getting together. So we'll have 4 laps to finish. Your new leader will be the number 5 of Merle Yoder. Four more laps to go in our second mini stock heat as Mighty Mike turns them loose. Front 5 still unchanged as they work on lap number 6. Number 5, Merle Yoder, trying to hang on with 2 laps left this time by. Number 12, Brian Allen, trying to move up to third. That's the battle there as he looks to the inside of Derek Jimerson. But the white flag will fly. They got 1 more to go. Number 5, Merle Yoder, the Iron Man, will be picking up the checkered flag in tonight's second mini stock heat. .547 and 5. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. The 5J of Derek Jimerson was third. 47G, Gabe Whetstone was second. and winning tonight's second mini stock heat as he rolls up here to get the checkered flag. Put your hands together for the Iron Man. Number 5 is Merle Yoder. Merle Yoder out of Middlebury drives car number 5. He's sponsored by the Wildlife Wonders Taxidermy Service there in Middlebury, Milford Motorsports, H&H Racing, and Connors Towing, as well as Yoder Racing Team. All sponsors. Number 5, Merle Yoder. All right, race fans, here's the start of your third mini stock heat. 44, Chris Sinoff, and 80, Michael Akins. That's your front row as they bring them out of turn 4. Mighty Mike Powers turns them loose. We're going racing, 8 more laps. We also have the 48 of P.J. Miller from Napanee, the 5 of Leapin' Lee Atkins, the 25 of Tim Kidder there moving up to third. Then you got the 37 of Shannon Buck, the 43 of Mad Max Schaefer, the 24 of Bob Huffman Jr., and the 97 of Downtown Danny Brown. Right now, though, Leapin' Lee Atkins, number 5, looking for the lead, gets together with the 44 Chris Sinoff. Tim Kidder gets into the side of him, and I think that we're still under green flag racing until the caution comes out, but the caution does come out. All right, 1 down, 7 to go in our third street mini stock heat. Our leader is the 48 of P.J. Miller from Napanee. 43 Mad Max Schaefer running second on the restart. Then the 37 of Shannon Buck. 97 Downtown Danny Brown Jr. restarts fourth. Bob Huffman in the 24 is fifth. Chris Sinoff and Leapin' Lee at the tail end of the pack. 1 down, 7 to go as they bring them up to speed. Next time, Mighty Mike Powers will be looking them over. He gives them the green, they're off and racing. Front 5 still unchanged as they come out of turn 4 to complete lap 2. Five more to go. Front 5 still unchanged. Downtown Danny Brown Jr., number 97, was trying to get around Shannon Buck and car number 37 there on that last lap, but nothing doing. They're still single files. They come out of turn 4 at the halfway point. 4 in and 4 to go. Now 48 P.J. Miller slides to the high side, and 43 Mad Max Schaefer takes over the lead coming out of turn 2. 37 Shannon Buck up there to second now as P.J. Miller's on a backward slide as they complete lap 5. 97 Downtown Danny Brown Jr.'s up to third. 37 Shannon Buck now your new leaders. He got to the inside of the 43 of Mad Max. And 37 Shannon Buck will bring him around for lap number 6. .37 Shannon Buck up front. 43 Mad Max. 97 Downtown Danny Brown. 24 Bob Huffman running there in fourth as the white flag flies. They got one more to go in our third mini stock heat. And P.J. Miller doing a complete 360 in turn 2. As the checkered flag will wave this time for 37 Shannon Buck. Well, 37 Shannon Buck, who crossed the stripe there on the last lap, is over his time. He did not win tonight's third mini stock heat. He'll have to relinquish the checkered flag to the 43 of Mad Max Schaefer. 90. All right, here's your lineup for tonight's fourth mini stock heat as they come out of turn 4. Mighty Mike Powers is going to turn them loose. Pole setter, the 2R of Rochelle Strickland out in front. 85 Rodney Archer now up to second. The 7N of Merle Neffs running in third. Here comes 86 George Flowers. Running in fifth is the 26 of Becky Shepard. Then we've got the 25 of the Little Red Rooster of John Yoder, the 05 of Jerry West, 41 Josh Dunn, and the 29 of Baja Paul Mishler Jr. As they complete lap 2. 85 Rodney Archer looking for the lead in turn 2. 86 George Flowers right there on the low side as well. 2R Rochelle Strickland trying to hold them off on the outside, but she's falling back as your new leader on lap 3 will be 85 Rodney Archer. 86 George Flowers now up to second. The 2R of Rochelle Strickland is back to third. 7N Merle Neff holding down fourth at the halfway point. 4 in and 4 to go. Five down, 3 to go for number 85, Rodney Archer. 86, George Flowers running second. 2R Rochelle Strickland still holding on to third. White flag flies. One more to go for 85 Rodney Archer. 86 George Flowers running in second. 2R Rochelle Strickland there in third. Checkered flag will wave for 85 Rodney Archer. And Josh Dunn making a tremendous finish for us. Fireball Josh Dunn, number 41, saying hello to everybody. 85, 86, and 2R. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. Rochelle Strickland in the 2R was third. 86, George Flowers finishes second. And winning tonight's fourth mini stock heat. Put your hands together for 85 of Rodney Archer. '85 Rodney Archer out of Elkhart, sponsored by AJ and TNT Auto. We've got the Street Stock B feature up next after this mini stock fifth heat. So Street Stock B feature drivers, you're on deck. Mini Stock B features are in the hole. Street Stock B feature drivers, you're on deck. Mini Stock B feature in the hole. We got the fifth and final mini stock heat on the track. Street Stock B feature on deck. Mini Stock B feature in the hole. In that order, as we get set to go 8 laps in our final mini stock heat. Well, our pole setter will be the 20 of Albert Himes. On the outside of the front row, the number 8 of Tricia Smith. Second row inside, the 2C of Morris Campbell and the 211 of Bouncin' Bob Johnson. 22 Arden Stafford. 25 John Yoder lines up on the outside of the third row. Then you got the 18 of Donnie Kaufman, 14 of Rick Kaiser, and the 8P of Rich Page. 2, 4, 6, 8 cars getting ready to go 8 laps. Mighty Mike Powers turns them loose. They're off and racing 8 laps. In our 5th and final mini stock heat. Tricia Smith out in front, car number 8, but here comes the 18 of Donnie Kaufman working on the outside groove, trying to make his move. And 18 Donnie Kaufman will be your leader on lap number 1. .211 Bouncin' Bob Johnson trying to work the outside groove for second, as he looks to the outside of the number 8 of Patty Smith as they complete lap number 2. .18 Donnie Kaufman out in front, .211 Bob Johnson running second. Here comes the 14 of Rick Kaiser as he gets around Peppermint Patty Smith. Car number 8, Patty Smith, back to 4th. Halfway mark comes out, 4 down, 4 to go. 18 Donnie Kaufman, your leader, is no longer up front. He's over his times. We'll have the facts and figures on 18 Donnie Kaufman. Your new leader is a 211 of Bob Johnson, 14 Rick Kaiser running in second. Patty Smith in the 8 is in third, 22 Arden Stafford running fourth with 5 down, 3 to go. Now at 14, Rick Kaiser works the outside. That's the battle for the lead coming out of turn 2. .211 Bob Johnson out in front now with 2 laps to go this time by. 14 Rick Kaiser is working the outside groove. 14 Rick Kaiser used the way outside groove on that last lap. White flag will fly for 211 Bob Johnson. And this is going to be a battle for the lead as they come to the stripe. Checkered flag will fly for 211 Bob Johnson. And he did a great job of holding on as 14 Rick Kaiser finishes second. 22 Arden Stafford will finish third as number 8 Patricia Smith spun out coming out of turn 4. And a little, whoops, sorry. So 22 Arden Stafford finishes third, 14 Rick Kaiser finishes second. And winning tonight's 5th and final mini stock heat. Put your hands together for the 211 of Bouncin' Bob Johnson. Okay, here's your lineup for tonight's Michiana Tire 20-lap Street Stock B feature. On the pole, car number 7 is Dominator Dan Shepard out of Warsaw. To his right from Jones, Michigan, the 52 of Chris Highbaugh. Second row inside, car number 71 from Goshen. That's the Doughboy, Larry Saunders. To his right in row 2, car number 8, Andrew Meads. Doesn't look like number 8, Andrew Meads, is even out there. So on the outside of the second row will be the 13 of Mike Miller Jr. Third row inside, car number 23 is Donnie Harrison. To his right from Goshen, the 124 of Tim Davis. Fourth row inside, car number 66 being driven tonight by J.R. Ryman. He'll start on the inside of row 4, and to his right will be the number 3 of J.R. Chupp from New Paris. Fifth row inside, car number 18, that's Rumblin' Billy Rumbaugh. To his right, the 68 of Mark Vance Jr. Sixth row inside, car number 55 is Bam Bam Brian Cannon. To his right in row number 6 is the 17 of Jason Slaybaugh. Seventh row inside, car number 28, that's Matt Burkholder. To his right, the number 8 of Kurt Gunkel. And at the back of the pack, he elected to go to the tail. That's the 88 of Speedy, Bobby Prince. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 cars going 20 laps in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature. They bring it up to speed, and Caleb Woods gives them the green. We're off and racing 20 laps in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature. And the Dominator, number 7, Dan Shepard, the pole setter, sets the early pace. 71, Larry Saunders, goes to the inside, falls in line there, runs in second as they complete lap 1. 23, Donnie Harrison, using every bit of that white line as he went through turns 1 and 2. And there's the battle for the lead in turn 3. The Doughboy, number 71, Larry Saunders, will be your new leader on lap number 2. And we got a problem there on the 88 of Bobby Prince's machine. He's trying to find some way to limp around the track. He's got a flat right tire, and it's hopping like crazy. As they come around to complete lap 3, your leader is the 71, Larry Saunders. 23, Donnie Harrison running second. 124, Tim Davis is up to third. 66, J.R. Ryman there in fourth. 4 down, 16 to go this time around. '18, Billy Rumbaugh now up to fifth on the outside groove. A battle from second on back as they complete lap 5 this time by. '23, Donnie Harrison, and 124, Tim Davis. That's the battle for second. 66, J.R. Ryman stays on the inside line, running in fourth. 55, Bam Bam Brian Cannon there right behind him, but J.R. Ryman getting a little loose. Bam Bam drives on the inside. Everybody's still headed in the right direction. 18, Billy Rumbaugh moving up to fourth. Bam Bam wants to get up there as they complete lap 7. And 55, Bam Bam Brian Cannon now up to fourth. Eight down, 12 to go. 55, Bam Bam Brian Cannon trying to work around the outside of the 23 of Donnie Harrison. And black flag for the 23 of Donnie Harrison. He's throwing oil on the track. That'll move him up out of the groove. 28, Matt Burkholder's up to fourth. Bam Bam Brian Cannon trying to make his way to the top 2 spots at the halfway point. 10 in and 10 to go. 71, Larry Saunders out in front. 124, Tim Davis running in second. A battle for third between Brian Cannon and Matt Burkholder. 28, Matt Burkholder on the low line, moves to third on lap 11. 71, a Doughboy Larry Saunders in front. 28, Matt Burkholder trying to find some way to get underneath. They're going to have 12 down. 8 to go this time by. '71 Larry Saunders. 28 Matt Burkholder. 124 Tim Davis. The battle for second as they complete lap 13. They got 7 more to go. Matt Burkholder, car number 28, doing everything he can to get around the Doughboy. Time's running out. They only have 6 laps left. $15 down and 5 to go. A battle up front for that lead with 5 laps left. As 124 Tim Davis tries to go inside, outside, every which side. And 55 Brian Cannon on the high side. Matt Burkholder on the low side. Almost 3 wide in turn 4. And we got him spinning coming off at turn 3. 18 Billy Rumbaugh. 17 Jason Slaybaugh. I believe the 52 of Chris Highbaugh is over there. 13 Mike Miller Jr. there also got spun around in turn 4. So 4 cars getting involved, bringing out the caution flag. The first yellow in this our Michiana Tire Street Stock B feature. With 15 down and 5 to go, we'll get them lined back up. Single file formation restart. With Caleb Woods turns them loose. 5 laps left, and the Doughboy, number 71, out in front. 124 Tim Davis running there in second. 55 Bam Bam Brian Cannon holding on to third at the moment with 16 down and 4 to go. 28 Matt Burkholder goes to the low line as they try to work around the 124 Tim Davis and the 71 Larry Saunders on the final 3 laps as we've got 17 laps down this time by. '28 Matt Burkholder, a run on the 124, but he had to shut it down. We'll have 2 laps left for the Doughboy, number 71 Larry Saunders. And a white flag will fly for the Doughboy. They got 1 more to go. And the checkered flags will wave for 71 Larry Saunders. '71, 55, and 124. That's the way they're going to finish in the top 3. Tim Davis getting edged out by a bumper at the line. 55 Bam Bam Brian Cannon finishing second and winning tonight's Street Stock B features. He rolls up here to get the checkered flag. Put your hands together for the 71 of the Doughboy, Larry Saunders. '71 Larry Saunders out of Goshen, sponsored by Elkhart Metal Distributors, Penguin Point in Goshen, Paragon Print and Imaging, also sponsored by Creation Graphics, Mom and Pete, Marcus Racing, and Rita Motor Company. All sponsors the 71 of Larry Saunders. Okay, race fans, here's your lineup for tonight's Dayton Daytona Mini Stock B feature. On the pole, car number 85, that's Rodney Archer. To his right in row 1, driving the number 26 from Intone is Becky Shepard. Second row inside, car number 86 is George Flowers. To his right in row 2 is the 44 of Chris Sineff. Third row inside, starting there will be the number 80 of Michael Akins. On the outside of row 3, the 48 of PJ Miller from Napanee. Fourth row inside, car number 5 is Leapin' Lee Atkins. To his right in row 4 is the 25 of Tim Kidder. Fifth row inside, car number 24 is Bob Huffman Jr. To his right, the number 80 of Michael Akins back there. Row 6 is the 47G of Gabe Whetstone and the 37 of Shannon Buck. I missed the 43 of Mad Max Schaefer. 97 downtown Danny Brown and 05 Jerry West starting at the tail end of the pack. $14 cars going 15 laps in tonight's Dayton-Daytona Mini Stock B feature. Mackenzie Kaiser. Mackenzie Kaiser, please report to the bottom of the track tower steps. Your mommy is lost. Mackenzie Kaiser, please report to the bottom of the track tower steps. Your mommy is lost. All right, as they work out of turn 4, our leader is the 26 of Becky Shepard. '85 Rodney Archer running there in second as they complete lap number 2. At 26, Becky Shepard is your leader. '85 Rodney Archer running on the inside there of Chris Sineff for that second place spot as we complete lap 3. But we got 2 of them up there in turn 4. Caution flag comes out. We got 2 of them smacking the wall down in turn 4. So we'll get them lined back up. 26, Becky Shepard, however, will lose her lead. She's over her time. So 26, Becky Shepard, over her time, will have to start at the tail on the restart. And we got a caution coming out. 86 George Flowers and 85 Rodney Archer getting together down there in turn 1 brings out our second caution. And Caleb Woods putting them on a caution because 44 Chris Sineff had like about a quarter of a lap lead on everybody else when he went racing on the restart. So it's supposed to be a kind of a tighter field. 4 down and 11 to go as Caleb Woods will put them on their final pace lap next time by. The field looks good. Your leader is 44, Chris Seneff. 86, George Flowers running second. 24, Bob Huffman Jr. there in third. Michael Akins restarts in fourth, and the 37 of Shannon Bucks there in fifth. With 11 laps to go as they come out of turn 4, Caleb's going to turn them loose. 85, Rodney Archer. Restart. Oh, and look out. Our two front cars getting together there in turn 2. Look out. 44, Chris Seneff, and 86, George Flowers. Caution flag comes out. They still got 11 laps to go. Now, how about that? 11 laps to go in tonight's Dayton Daytona Mini Stock B feature. Number 24, Bob Huffman Jr., our leader. Number 80, Michael Akins runs there in second. 37, Shannon Bucks in third. 48, P.J. Miller. 26, Becky Shepard in fifth. As we get ready to finish this one, they got 11 laps more to go. They'll be bringing it up to speed out of turn 4, and Caleb Woods looks him over. He gives him the green. We're going racing. 11 more laps. .37 Shannon Buck looking to move to the outside groove. Trying to move up to second as they complete lap 5. Here comes P.J. Miller, number 48, going to shoot the goose, so to speak, right through the middle on the inside of the 37 of Shannon Buck. And I thought he was going to go for a whole shot between him and number 80, Michael Akins, there on that last lap. But he settles back there on the inside line, and Shannon Buck continue to work to the outside in car number 37. 26, Becky Shepard still there in fifth. But your leader is the 24, Bob Huffman Jr., with 7 down and 8 to go. .37 Shannon Buck now up to second as he works the outside of the number 80 of Michael Akins. 26 Becky Shepard now moving to fourth. P.J. Miller in the 48 on the outside. That's the way they're running with 8 down and 7 to go.
Absolutely 80s is research written and produced by Rusty Pickett, with exclusive remixes also by Mr. Pickett. It is co-engineered by Don Glasgow and Mike Newman, the executive producer Stanley Sheridan. You know, some say the 80s are back, but we know they were never going. For Absolutely 80s, I'm Nina Blackwood on the United Stations Radio Networks.
Looking for a better way to protect your porch or patio from the harsh rays of the sun and Indiana's ever-changing weather? Lake City Awnings and Signs on State Road 13 in Syracuse offers roll-up curtains perfect for your deck, patio, or screen room. Roll-up curtains are always custom-made, ensuring a snug and natural fit for your home. All different shapes and sizes with many different colors available. And they're easy to handle as well. With ropes, pulleys, and twist grommets, it's easy to protect your deck from a fast-approaching shower. Call Lake City Awnings and Signs today at 528-6061.
A century of high school sports in Indiana is officially in the books. More specifically, it's in this book, Play On, celebrating 100 years of high school
track starter here at the new Paris Speedway. We'll be looking them over as they come out of turn 4. He'll give them the green flag. We'll finish this one for you here, give you a little bit of the mini stock B feature drivers a little air time as well as they go back to racing with 4 laps left. And right on the start, 48 P.J. Miller out in Appanee spins out of control. He's sitting in the infield out of harm's way. We're still under green flag racing as our leaders come out of turn 4. It's the 24, Bob Huffman Jr., and the 37 of Shannon Buck out of Akron, Indiana, and that South Side Video sponsored machine running in second. But here comes Michael Akins on the inside in car number 80. He takes that number 2 spot away because Shannon Buck, something wrong with the 37 machine. Your leader is the 24, Bob Huffman Jr. Running in second, the 80 of Michael Akins. And 25, Tim Kidder now up to third. In the 25 machine is number 5, Leapin' Lee Atkins is falling off the pace. Number 43, Mad Matt Schaefer's up to fourth at the present time as the white flag will fly for number 24, Bob Huffman Jr. out of Goshen. Number 80, Michael Akins running there in second. Tim Kidder in the 25 is third. 43 is Mad Max Schaefer now up to fourth. And the 05 of Jerry West is running in fifth as the checker flag will now wave for car number 24, Bob Huffman Jr. So that's pretty much the way it's going to wrap up in tonight's Mini Stock B feature. Bob Huffman Jr., car number 24, Mini Stock, out of Goshen, Indiana, victorious in our Mini Stock B feature. Of course, we've got the Mini Stock main event coming up after our Street Stock main, which will follow our 30-lap Hoosier Outlaw Super Sprint Series. Earlier today, I was making my way through the pit area in preparation for our Hoosier Outlaw Super Sprint show, and I had a chance to talk to a couple of the drivers, and we'll get to those interviews in a minute. But I first want to give you the rundown of the top 5 fast qualifiers in the Hoosier Outlaw Super Sprint Series, as they'll be bringing their cars out here in a few seconds. Our fast qualifier on the day was the number 40 Hoosier Outlaw Super Sprint. The number 40 car, of course, of Tim Cox from Park City, Illinois, was fast time with an 11:99. Then we had the number 3 of Mike Ostrowskis from Sand Lake, Michigan, second fastest with a 12:11. The number 9 was our third quickest qualifier.
Absolutely. The problem being, though, this little track, 30 laps, not a lot of room to get around. He's going to have to go for it every chance he gets. We've seen this race go green to checker, no cautions. That doesn't give a lot of time and a lot of attrition for things to happen here. So at this time, bye. We are going to wave up. Everybody get up on your feet, wave your hats, your hankies, your lighters, your kids, anything that isn't nailed down, folks. Let's send the pavement kings with wings off. Look at Keith Ousley up there in the flag stand. He's ready to get this show on the road. Drivers waving back at you. We have got ourselves an all-star field ready to go racing here.
19 cars going to go 30 laps, Scott. How fast can they run 30 laps on a quarter mile?
On a quarter-mile track, we can do a 30-lap feature. If everything goes right, we can probably be done in less than 8 minutes.
Holy cow. So hang on to your hats, race fans. Hold on to your seats as we get ready to rumble and let them roar here in our Hoosier Outlaw Super Sprint Series. Keith has put them on their final pace lap. Scott, you've got the call.
All right, we're looking at just one more lap of caution around here. Keith Ousley says one more time around, folks. Let's pick a winner here. Who likes that 37 car on the front stretch? Hank Lauer. How about the First Lady of Speed, Sandy Eden, there on the pole? Who likes the lady out front? How about that fast qualifier? Number 40, Tim Cox. Who thinks the fast qualifier's got it covered?
It's going to be a good one.
All right, it's time to put up or shut up. Here it comes. 30 flag, green flag laps. And we got a green flag. And just like that, Sandy Eden out in front. Now Junior McHugh to the bottom of the track. He's going for it down the backstretch. Takes the lead with 3 wide into 3. Sandy Eden going to lead the first lap. Hank Lauer up the second. McHugh falls back into third. Look at Cox already challenging for fourth. Sandy Eden 3 over Hank Lauer. Now 1 back to McHugh. McHugh sparking it off turn 4. Greg Wheeler slides the top of the track, back to 5th. Tim Cox now up to 4th, coming after Junior McHugh. Sandy Eden still out in front. Back in the packet, nose to tail. Michael Tarpon now around Wheeler. Wheeler sliding back to 6th. Mike Ostrowskis next to go after Greg Wheeler. Lap 4, Sandy Eden already coming around lap traffic. Oh, and the field closing up behind her. Sandy Eden getting in trouble. Oh, we got a spin.
Right in front of the leader, the 06 around.
Lap car of Rodney Zemek gets spun. Right as the leaders were barreling all over Jerry. How did we not have a major Frazier there.
That was pure good driving on the part of Sonda Eden, number 6. She's seen the 06 spin around coming out of turn 4. He got in her way, and she went to the high side and missed it. And it was a close one because we could have had wings a-flying and rumbling down the main straightaway here at the new Paris Speedway.
I'll tell you what, these big open wheels are just like magnets. They attract trouble. And how we did not have a whole field of race cars sitting down there in turn 4 is beyond me. I'll tell you what. And our feature winner over there was a guy by the name of Dave Bumgardner. Dave runs a lot of wing races, a lot of non-wing races. Matter of fact, he is racing the USAC, the non-wing series, over in Mansfield, Ohio tonight. I'm sure he's enjoying his racing over there. We had an excellent feature. Greg Wheeler finished up toward the front in that. He's here tonight. And Jimmy McCune in the 19 car ran that race, did very well. Tim Cox, of course, there. So a lot of the regulars that ran that race here, a couple of them, the winner, choosing to run elsewhere. That's why they're outlaws. And we're back green. Just like that, Sonda Eden pulling out 4 lengths over Hank Lauer. Jimmy McCune all over the back again as Tim Cox lays in 4th. 5 laps in, the top 8 or 10 cars under a blanket now. Ron Kohler, the last one in the group, and he's 8th. Greg Wheeler now working hard to keep ahead of Micah Strauskis in 7th. Out in front still, Sonda Eden by 4 lengths over Lauer, 5 back to Jimmy McCune. And Tim Cox in 4th, Michael Tarleton 5th. Sonda Eden again just closing up on lap traffic that fast. 3rd, 4th, 5th all together now. Jerry McCune in 3rd. As the field goes around the lap car of Ted McKibben. Sonda Eden taking care of business here as we're already up to lap number 9. 4 lengths back to Lauer, 2 back to McCune, 4 more back to Tim Cox. 10 laps in as Sonda goes around to the Payne machine, the number 100 car. Lap times in the high 11-second range right now. Eden slips going into 2. Look at Lauer starting to close up a little bit. What do you see, Jerry?
Yeah, Hurricane Hank has gained some ground on Sonda in the last couple of laps. He's within a couple of seconds of catching her, and if she can go to the high side like she has been in the last couple of laps, he's going to go on the inside and make the pass.
Absolutely. She's got around lap traffic. She's got a free racetrack right now as we see Patrick Stewart pull the infield, the number 90 car on lap 13. Sonda Eden, we've got a spin over in turn 2. Jeff Kaiser parks it on the, basically on the figure 8 course over there. The car coming to a stop.
Yeah, the 71 of Jeff Kaiser out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, won a heat earlier tonight, and he was running really well as Jeff was working out of turn 2, and then all of a sudden up in smoke he went as he got sideways coming out of turn 2. But Jeff Kaiser from Fort Wayne won a heat. He had high hopes too. He wanted to win tonight's 30-lap feature, but they get him pushed off. He'll have to restart at the tail.
Absolutely. He was on the move. He was moving up. I think he gained 5 or 6 spots. And it looked like the car literally just got away from too much horsepower, and the car just got away from him, spun it. No, again, no one hit him. And looks like Dick Beebe from Mark Times over there to push him back off. Absolutely. The field looks good as we're getting ready to go back to green flag here. Tim Cox, like we said, mired in 4th. He's made it up. Got a couple quick spots there on the jump on the initial green flag, and has laid in 4th now for quite a few laps. At this point, the fuel load is starting to lighten up a little bit. These cars can adjust the wing. They can roll the wing back to put more aerodynamic force on the rear of the car. You're seeing a lot of wings rolled back a little bit under this caution flag. Guys adjusting their race cars. Sonda adjusting her race car. Let's see what happens here. Here comes the sound of the green flag with Sonda Eden. Oh, and Hank Lauer with a big jump going into 1. Almost got under her going into turn.
That's right, Scott. Hurricane Hank making the pass in turn 3. Your new leader on lap 13 is going to be Hurricane Hank Lauer in car number 37.
And we saw it just like that. Sonda Eden having a little trouble getting on the restart. Don't know what's happened. She's lost 2nd out of Tim Cox, who's up to 2nd. June McCune still in 3rd.
Yes, Sonda Eden setting back in 4th. It was like she missed a gear on the restart and fell on the outside.
Oh, Sonda spins in turn 2.
Oh, tough break. Sandy Eden, car number 6. The Lady of Speed having a tough time. She's out of Crawfordsville, Indiana, and having a rough time. She was doing so well. She was our leader for 12 laps, and then on that restart, it all went to pot on her.
Something definitely has changed on the Eden machine. I don't know where it was, if it's in the setup or if the track's changing, but something has happened there on that last caution.
Well, you mentioned they were rolling their cages back, rolling their wings back a little bit. Maybe she didn't adjust, or maybe she over-adjusted during that caution.
Yeah, something definitely happened. Maybe the air pressure built up in the tire. There's bleeders on these tires to adjust the air pressure as they're racing. A myriad of things could have happened, but she...
Real good run at Mansfield and qualified third fastest out of 27, 28 cars and ran third in the feature. And anytime you can finish up front, it's a good night.
Well, so far it's looking pretty good for you this year. How long have you been racing altogether?
27 years.
27 young years behind you, huh? And has it always been with the sprint cars?
Yeah, primarily that's all I've driven. I occasionally would drive a few years ago, I drove a midget for some people and drove a champ car a little for some people, but other than that, the majority of the time it's been in the wing sprint cars. We ran USAC for quite a few years without the wing, and then we ran dirt for a long time. We only been back in pavement now for 4 years. This is our 4th year.
Comments earlier today from Greg Wheeler, car number 7, who's excited about racing here at New Paris Speedway. Right now running in 5th. We had to go back to green flag racing, Scott.
All right, Hank Lauer out in front. Tim Cox nailing him down. Look at that, all over the back of the 37 car. We're at 17 laps in. Tim Cox and Hank Lauer out in front. Jimmy McCune 4 lengths back in 3rd. 3 more back to Michael Tarleton and Greg Wheeler. That's your fast 5, lap 19. Hank Lauer down the backstretch going into 3 over Tim Cox. Jimmy McCune held up for a moment in lap traffic. Now they're around it. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Look at them going down into 1.
You're right, Scott. Front 5 still single file all by themselves as they're making the passes. We've got 20 down and 10 to go this time by.
All right, here comes the payoff, folks. Hank Lauer out in front, the old veteran. Tim Cox also out there. 2 lengths back. These fans are having a heck of a show here at New Paris tonight. Look at them down to 5th, lap 21. Hank Lauer going to deal with a couple more lap cars here in very short order. One of those being Sandy Eden, just not getting it back under speed. As we see the 38 car, Tim McKibben slow down the front stretch. Ted's still circulating the speedways. Here comes the leaders. Down the back chute into turn 3. Tim Cox looking to get around, not going to get it down in turn 4, lap 23.
With 7 laps to go, hurrying Hank Lauer, car number 37 out of Angola, Indiana. Nose to tail as they go into turns 3 and 4. Tim Cox in car number 40 is dogging him all the way, and they've got 6 laps to go.
You just get the feeling that Tim Cox is sizing him up to find that right time. Tim's running out of time. We're going to be done in less than a minute. Right now, all lower lap traffic. Ted McKibben pulling to the infield. But we got 5 laps to go. If he's going to make a move, it's time to go. Lap cars 3 wide, 2 deep, all in front of him. This might be Hank Lauer's race to win right here. Look at him go 3 wide into 3 as they go around the 100 car, the 27 car in the same corner now. Just a couple laps to go. Tim Cox within a length. Hank Lauer holding him off though as they go down lap 26 on the board. Jimmy McCune still 3rd. Michael Tarleton 4th. Greg Wheeler 5th. All right, 2 more laps to go. Hank Lauer still out in front. Oh, Tim Cox to the outside. He's going to make the move here in 3. Is he going to get it done? Come off of 4. He will not as Hank Lauer shuts the door. Within a length inside out in turn 1. Tim Cox. Will Hank Lauer come after him on the backstretch? Yes, he will. Looking down the turn 3. Oh, look at the lap car getting. Oh, my goodness. Tim Cox might just have this one. One plus white flag coming out. Tim Cox 2 lengths over Hank Lauer. White flag out. Keith Ousley waving the... As the field flashes under, Tim Cox now pulling away in a big way for his 3rd feature win of the year. Tim Cox from Park City, Illinois over Hank Lauer.
Wow, did he go? He went to the outside and then came back to the inside coming out of turn 4 to make that pass on lap 28. And Tim Cox with the faster car tonight overtook Hurry and Hank into turn 1, and that's what did it here at New Paris Speedway.
Tim Cox getting it done in a big, big way here, folks. How about that number 40 car?
Wow, what a finish, what a finish. Number 40, Tim Cox, is our winner. Tell him that cordless mic doesn't work, would you please? Number 40, Tim Cock, is our winner. 37, Hurricane Hank Lauer finishes second. And right behind him, the 19 of Jimmy McEwen. He'll finish third. Number 9, Michael Tarleton came across fourth. And, of course, finishing fifth was the number 7 there. Put your hands together for your winner, number 40 from Park City, Illinois. Let's hear it for Tim Cox. What a great race, what a great finish. Number 1 finishes sixth, but we'll have a talk with Tim Cox, our Hoosier Outlaw Super Sprint Series feature winner, here in just a few minutes after we get him up here in the winner's circle. Hurricane Hank Lauer finished second in front of the number 19 of Jimmy McEwen. So we'll get our winner up here in the winner's circle and have a few words with him here right after this brief timeout on your home for Saturday night racing from the new Paris Speedway on Hoosier 103.5 FM.
When you can't...
Our pole setter for tonight's racing program in the Hoosier, or the Michiana Tire Street Stock feature is the 45 from Goshen of Kevin Ray. He'll be driving that Rankin Automotive and Machine sponsored number 45 car. On the outside of the front row in the Serv Pro Fire and Water Restoration sponsored number 40 from Plymouth, that's Tricky Dicky Siddall. Second row inside, driving the Torco Racing Fuel sponsored number 88 from Goshen, that's the Mean Green Machine of Doug Hanna. On the outside of row number 2, in the Riverbend Hose Specialty sponsored number 15 from Goshen, that is Don Hunley. In row 3, on the inside of row number 3, driving the Miller Boys Racing sponsored number 121, that's Sparky Mark Miller out of Elkhart. On the outside of the third row, driving car number 78, he was last week's Street Stock feature winner, the 78 of Donnie Click. Fourth row inside, driving car number 12 out of Pierceton, Indiana, that is Lake City Honda sponsored number 12 of Kevin Gunkel. On the outside of row number 4, in the Pugley's Mug sponsored number 52 from Milford, that's Matt Sparks. On the inside of row 5, driving the Two Dudes Garage sponsored number 125 from Claypool is Frosty Scott Frost. On the outside of the 5th row, in the Hammers Pub and Grub Frog Tavern sponsored number 40 from Syracuse, Rob Smith. Row number 6, in the number 6 car, the Monteith Tire sponsored number 6, driving the Street Stock tonight is Lou Strimmy. On the outside, we've got the, on the outside of number 6, row 6, is the number 10 from Millersburg, the D&T RV Repair Special of Hollywood Eric Kaiser. In row 7, in the Goshen Collision Center Special number 1, that's Al Maurer from Goshen. To his right, in row number 7, in the C&R Body Shop sponsored number 66 out of Syracuse is Dandy Randy Niles. Row 8, our points leader, number 99, the Drive Smart Auto sponsored number 99 from Napanee, Mark Blessing. On the outside of row number 8, in the Shepherd's Racing sponsored number 5 from Warsaw is the Sheepdog Jason Shepherd. And in the last row, the top 2 qualifiers, in the Schisler Trucking sponsored number 17 from Cromwell, Bob Schisler Jr. To his right, our fast qualifier in the B&M Engine Service sponsored number 38, that's Darrell Click. And as they make their way out of turn 4, let's give our Street Stock feature drivers a big send-off. Flick your bics, wave your hands, your hats, and your hankies, and say good luck, guys, and good racing. 18 cars going 20 laps in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. Caleb Woods, our starter, will put them on their final pace lap next time by, as we get set to go 30 laps in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. Pole setter once again is the 45 of Kevin Ray. He'll start right up front again this week, just like he did last week. As they'll be bringing him up to speed next time by. Listen to them roar as they come out of turn 4 as we go racing in our Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. 45 Kevin Ray, the pole setter, takes the early point. Number 40 Tricky Dicky Siddall there falls right in line, runs in second. 15, Don Hunley on the outside, trying to move up to third as we complete lap 1. Mean Green Machine number 88 of Doug Hanna there on the low side, trying to hang on to third place as they work on lap 2. 15, Don Hunley back to fourth as he works on the outside now of the 121 of Sparky Mark Miller as we complete lap number 2 here at the New Paris Speedway, the 100-mile racetrack in the Midwest. As they work out of turn 2, it's 121 Mark Miller on the outside of 88 Doug Hanna for that third place spot. That's where that spot changes hands as they complete lap 3. 88 Doug Hanna on the outside, losing a little bit of ground. Here comes number 12 Kevin Gunkel up to fourth. 88 Doug Hanna's back to fifth now. And as they complete lap 4, we got 4 down and 26 to go for 45 Kevin Ray, our pole setter, staying out in front. Number 40, Tricky Dicky Sedal from Plymouth, has had a time or two in the last few weeks. He's been caught up into some action. Right now, he's staying clean as he runs in second with 5 down and 25 to go in our Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. 121 Mark Miller there in third. The 12 of Kevin Gunkel running in fourth. 125 Scott Frost now up to fifth. Lou Strimmy in the sixth has made his way to sixth place as we complete lap number 6. That's kind of an airy thought in our Michiana Tire Street Stock. And our leader is the 45 of Kevin Ray. He brings him around again for lap number 7. 7 down, 23 to go in our 30 laps Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. Fast qualifiers at the back of the pack. Our fast qualifier on the day was the 38 of Darrell Click. He had a 15:21 in qualifying. Bob Schisler Jr. to 17, second fastest with 15:28. The top 5 fastest qualifiers, only 2/10 of a second separates those guys, and only about 4/10 of a second separates the top 18. So that's where we're looking as we complete lap 9 this time by for our pole setter, 45 Kevin Ray. Kevin Ray told me earlier he would love to win a Michiana Tire Street Stock feature and make his way up here to the winner's circle because he has not yet won one here at the New Paris Speedway, and he's still out in front as we're a third of the way home with 10 down and 20 to go. Number 40, Tricky Dicky Sedal running there in second. 121 Mark Miller's in third. Lou Strimmy in the Monteith Tire sponsor number 6 is working on the outside. He's challenging for third as they complete lap number 11. Number 6, Lou Strimmy in the Monteith Tire sponsor number 6 Street Stock. Looking to the outside, he's looking to make his move to the front as they complete lap 12. They got 12 down and 18 to go this time around. Lou Strimmy looking on the outside, trying to go to the second place spot. 121 Mark Miller there on the inside. They're wheel-to-wheel, door-to-door again as they come out of turn 4 there for the third place position as we complete lap 13. From there on back, 125 Scott Frost running in fifth. Don Hunley in the 15th, now up to the 6th place position. 40 Rob Smith is running in 7th. Keith Gunkel in the 12 is there in 8th. Number 1 Al Maurer to go to the Williams Center Special running in 9th. Our points leader, 99 Mark Blessing, rounding out the top 10 as the Mean Green Machine of Doug Hanna slipped back to 11th at the halfway point. We got 15 in and 15 to go. 17 Bob Schisler Jr. now up to 11th. Doug Hanna slips back to 12th. Then you got 38 Darrell Click running in 13th. Our fast qualifier there all by himself. 78 Don Click in 14th. On the outside there running in 15th. 65 Jason Shepard. 66 Randy Niles. In 16th spot. Back there, Harry Kaiser and 52 Matt Sparks. Our 18-car field still on the track. It's been caution-free for the first 17 laps. 13 laps remain, and 45 Kevin Ray staying up front. But here comes Lou Strimmy on the outside groove. He's going to challenge for that lead as they come out of turn 4. The Monteith Tire sponsor number 6 of Lou Strimmy looking for the front. As they go to the inside, out of turn 2. Kevin Ray on the inside, Lou Strimmy on the outside. Lou Strimmy about to take the lead at turn 4. And leading them around for lap number 19 is Lou Strimmy and the Monteith Tire sponsor number 6 Street Stock. Lou Strimmy drives driving the Monteith Tires sponsored number 6 Street Stock out in front. He started on the inside of the 5th row, actually the 6th row, and he's out in front with 20 down and 10 to go. Lou Strimmy in the Monteith Tires sponsored number 6 has got 9 more laps to go to pick up a Street Stock feature win tonight here at the New Paris Speedway. 45 Kevin Ray is back to second. 40 Tricky Dicky Sedal's in third. 125 Scott Frost is running in fourth with 8 laps left. Rob Smith in the 40s made his way to fifth. As they battle from there on back, Don Hunley trying to stay on the inside of Mark Miller in the 121. Then you've got the 12 of Kevin Gunkel running in 8th, Al Mowers in 9th, and I believe running in the top 10 there is 17 of Bob Schisler Jr., 99 Mark Blessing, and Darrell Click running in 11th and 12th. They're still at the back of the pack, unable to make their move up, as Lou Strimmy will cross the stripe for lap 24. He's got 6 more to go in that black Monteith Tires sponsor number 6 Street Stock. Lou Strimmy, our late model driver, bringing it around here. 25 down, 5 more to go for number 6, Lou Strimmy. Lou Strimmy in a Street Stock tonight, since the late models were not here because we had the Hoosier Outlaw Super Sprints. And Lou Strimmy out of South Bend, Indiana, driving the Monteith Tires sponsored Street Stock, has 26 down and 4 laps to go, as he's got a commanding lead on the second place, number 45 of Kevin Ray. Then you got the 40 of Ricky Dickey Sedal running in third. 125 Scott Frost is holding down fourth. Rob Smith is there in fifth. Then Don Hunley's running in sixth with 3 laps left. 121 Mark Miller's in seventh. The 12 of Kevin Gunkel's running in eighth. Al Mauer in the number 1 is ninth. And Bob Schisler Jr. in car number 17, rounding out the top 10 with 2 laps to go. 28 down and 2 to go for the number 6 of Lou Strimmy. With a quarter of a lap lead on the 45 of Kevin Ray. And the white flag will now fly for number 6, Lou Strimmy. 1 more to go in the Monteith Tires sponsored machine. 45 Kevin Ray running in second. Ricky Dickey Sedal there, the number 40's in third. And that's the way they're going to finish, as the checkered flag will wave for number 6, Lou Strimmy. 45 Kevin Ray second. The 40 of Ricky Dickey Sedal will come across third. 125 Scott Frost will finish fourth. And the 40 of Rob Smith rounds out the top 5 in tonight's 30-lap Michiana Tires Street Stock feature. And, of course, at the very back of the pack, 52 Matt Sparks made it all 30 laps before his engine. And Doug Hannum also, I think, over there overheating as well. But 52 Matt Sparks overheated in turns 1 and 2, but that's the way they finish in tonight's 30-lap Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. Our winner, as he rolls down here through the main straightaway to get the checkered flag, doing what he does best, and that's driving a race car in a Street Stock tonight, winning tonight's 30-lap Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. Put your hands together for the number 6 of Lou Strimmy. We'll get Lou Strimmy up here in just a minute and be talking to him in our winner's circle as he drives the Monteith Tires sponsored number 6 Street Stock to victory tonight here at the New Paris Speedway. Again, repeating, finishing second was 45 Kevin Ray. The 40 of Dick Sedal was third. 125 Scott Frost finished fourth. 40 Rob Smith came across the stripe fifth. 15 Don Hunley did finish sixth. 121 Mark Miller was seventh. The 12 of Kevin Gunkel, 8th. Al Mauer finished 9th in the Goshen Collision Center Special. And Bob Schisler Jr. in car number 17 rounded out the top 10. Congratulations to the top 10 finishers in tonight's Michiana Tire Street Stock feature. We're going to take another brief timeout on your home for Saturday night racing to the New Paris Speedway and be back here in just a few seconds to talk to Lou Strimmy in our winner's circle right after these fine words from our sponsors on Hoosier 103.5 FM. We're going to take a brief timeout on your home for Saturday night racing and get that mini stock feature lined up for you here in just a minute. We'll be right back. on Hoosier 103.5 FM. The pole from Walkerton, Indiana, driving the Jimerson Motorsports number 5J. That is Derek Jimerson. On the outside of the front row, in the JP Machine sponsor number 60 out of Warsaw, that will be Stan Hudson. Second row inside in the Wildlife Wonders Taxidermy Service number 5 out of Middlebury is Merle Yoder. To his right in row 2. Scheduled there was the number 1 of Craig Castle from Bremen. However, number 19, Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman, number 19 car, kind of had some mechanical problems, so he'll be driving that number 1 Craig Castle machine. Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman out of Napanee, our points leader, will go to the tail in that number 1 machine. So on the outside of the second row, we'll put the 14 of Kevin Grubb out of Pierceton in that Tranter Graphics sponsored number 14 car. Third row inside, driving the Stuckman Auto Salvage sponsored number 34 from Mentone, Mark Hughes. To his right will be Grubby, Kevin Grubb, in car number 14. Fourth row outside, inside, number 96 from Elkhart, Indiana, and the Industrial Installation sponsor number 96. That's Andy Kindig. On the outside of row 4, the Depew Plumbing and Heating sponsor number 12 from Cromwell and Brian Allen. Fifth row inside, driving the Nelson's Beverage sponsor number 47 from Mentone. That's the Bulldog Gene Hughes. On the outside of row 5, in the Creation Graphics number 10 from Goshen is Tim Barrick. In row number 6, in the New Paris Auto Service sponsor number 13, that's Squidward Michael Landry. On the outside of row 6, in the One Shot Auto sponsor number 83 from Bourbon is Donnie Mangan. In row 7, in the All Brands RV Service sponsored number 4 from Napanee is Dave Castle. To his right in row 7, in the Victory by Design chassis sponsored number 83, that's Jeremy the Kid Dameron. In row 8, Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman scheduled to start there. Then we've got the number 9 of Gentleman Jim Engelmeyer out of Wakarusa. Last year's track champion starts on in the 16th position. And in row 9, our top 2 qualifiers, the Young Guns, the Ryman Design sponsored number 16 of J.R. Ryman from Napanee. And to his right, our fast qualifier on the day in the All Brands RV Service sponsored number 17, Corey Ryman. 18 cars scheduled to go 20 laps in tonight's Daytona Mini Stock feature. Actually, we'll have 17 as the number 1 of Craig Castle has loaned his car to Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman for the start of this one. So as they come down out of turn 4, race fans, let's give our Daytona Mini Stock drivers a big send-off. They'll be waving to you, so flick your bics, wave your hands, your hats, and your hankies, and say good luck, guys, and good racing. 17 cars going 20 laps in tonight's Daytona Mini Stock feature. Okay, Caleb Woods getting them set to go 20 laps. Our points leader in our Daytona Mini Stocks, of course, Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman, will be driving the number 1. We'll start at the tail. And he's got a 9-point lead over his son, Corey Ryman. Corey, of course, fast qualifier on the day at car number 17. Will start there in front of him. There's only 9 points separating son and father back there at the back of the pack as far as the points race is concerned. Number 16, J.R. Ryman, a 3-time feature winner on the season, only 35 points back from the front of the pack as far as points. Then you got Michael Landry and Jeremy Dameron, the top 5 in our points in our Daytona Mini Stocks as we get set to go racing in tonight's 20-lap Daytona Mini Stock feature. Well, we've had a great night of racing so far. Our Hoosier Outlaw Super Sprint show as the number 40 of Tim Cox from Park City, Illinois, picks up the Hoosier Outlaw Super Sprint feature. Lou Stremme grabbing our 30-lap Michiana Tire Street Stock feature in the Monteith Tire sponsored car. And now let's see if we can crown somebody new here at the new Paris Speedway in our Michiana Tire Street Stock, or in our Daytona Mini Stocks. So far this season, Jerry Ryman has one A-feature win under his belt. Corey Ryman's got a couple. J.R. Ryman's got 3. Jeremy Dameron's got 3. And, of course, Jeremy Dameron was out here earlier and picked up the Fast Heat win. Michael Landry is still yet to get a A-feature win. Dave Castle's still looking for number 1. And gentleman Jim Engelmeyer, car number 9, out here for the first time in 2005. The last year's track champion in our Daytona Mini Stocks come out. He's been working. He's been, just basically doing family duties and has not been able to get out here yet this year. But number 9, gentleman Jim Engelmeyer back there starting on the inside of row 7. Actually, row number 8, that gentleman Jim Engelmeyer, car number 9, told me the other night, I seen him at one of our kids' soccer games. He says, Jerry, I'm going to come out and see if I can give the Diamond Motorsports racing team a little competition. So, gentleman Jim Engelmeyer out here to see what he can do with Diamond Motorsports and Jeremy Dameron in car number 83. See if we can crown somebody new tonight in our mini stock 20-lap feature. Okay, we're about ready to go green flag racing here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 cars as they all get set to go. On the pole is the Derek Jimerson Motorsports sponsored number 5J of Derek Jimerson out of Walkerton. He'll set the pace for him as Caleb Woods now puts them on their final pace lap this time by. Number 60, Stan Hudson's on the outside of the front row. Then we got the 5 of Merle Yoder and the 34 Mark Hughes there in row 2. 14, Kevin Grubb and the 96 of Andy Kindig. That's row 3. They'll be bringing them up to speed as they come out of turn 4 this time. Caleb Woods looks him over. He likes what he sees. He turns them loose. We're going racing 20 laps here. Stock feature. The 2 5s up front. Derek Jimerson in the 5J and the white number 5 of Merle Yoder now moves to second. Stan Hudson sliding back to 4th as the 34 Mark Hughes goes to 3rd as they complete lap number 1. Oh, and we've got number 1 Jerry Ryman into the wall as he came off of turn 4. And number 1, Jerry Ryman, driving that Craig Castle number 1 car in competition, went high in turn 4 and clobbered the wall. Brings out a caution flag on the very first lap of tonight's Daytona Mini Stock feature.
By to keep you from waiting, and they accept all major insurance jobs. The Goshen Collision Center has been serving the community for over 15 years with 4 iCar certified technicians, 15 body shop bays, and their high-tech spray booth, where their own paint mixing system will guarantee you a perfect color match for your banged-up car or truck. Conveniently located at 1227 East Lincoln Avenue in Goshen, open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, Saturdays 9 to 11. Don't worry, be happy. Take your car to the Goshen Collision Center in Goshen.
Race fans, have you heard about Jim Blunt's Auto Salvage in the past? It's the place to race to.
Lap 1 finally of our Daytona Mini Stock feature. Our leader is the number 5J of Derek Jimerson out in front. Number 5 Merle Yoder there in second. And we got action in turn 2 again as number 4 Dave Castle and the number 1 of Jerry Ryman get together there on the back stretch coming into turn 3. So another caution coming out. This time we did get 1 lap complete as they were working on lap 2. They weren't able to complete it. Actually, it looks like the 47 of the Bulldog, Gene Hughes, and the number 4 of Dave Castle bringing out the caution. Number 12, Brian Allen, then came off at turn 4 and went sideways into the infield, and he'll set there in the infield as well. So another caution coming out, this time for the 4 of Dave Castle, who hit the wall pretty hard over there in turn 3. And 47, Gene Hughes, he's in the infield. All righty then, back live at the hottest quarter-mile racetrack in the Midwest, New Paris Speedway, as we're about to ready to go back to green flag racing. 1 down, 19 to go as Caleb Woods turns them loose. Our leader is the 5J of Derek Jimerson. Merle Yoder in the white number 5 running in second. Stan Hudson out of Warsaw there in third. Pearson's number 14 of Kevin Grubbs in fourth. And from Mentone, driving the lime green, number 34, that's Mark Hughes. He's running in fifth as we complete lap 2 now. We got another lap in before caution anyway. 96, Andy Kindig running in sixth. 83, Donnie Mangan trying to hold off the other 83 of Jeremy Damron. And Donnie Mangan right back there running there in seventh in front of Jeremy Damron, who would like to pick up another feature win. He had last week off as he went camping for the 4th of July, and he's trying to move forward. He's in the middle of the pack. This time around, we'll have 4 down and 16 to go. Our leader is the 5-3 of Derek Jefferson out of Walkerton, Indiana. Number 5, Merle Yoder running in second. 60 is Stan Hudson. 14, Kevin Grubb there in fourth. And then the 34 of Mark Hughes rounding out the top 5. Donnie Mangan now in the 83 has made his way around 96. Andy Kindig, 6th place spot. And Jeremy Damron going to follow him towards the front as he moves to 7. Number 9, Gentleman Jim Angemeyer moves to 8th now in car number 9. Here comes the 16 of J.R. Ryman up there in 9th as we clock in lap 6 this time by in our Daytona Mini Stock 8 As they head out of turn 4 this time, it is the 2 5s up front. Number 5, Derek Jefferson, and Merle Yoder in the other number 5 right behind him. Now working up on the outside, Donnie Mangan in car number 83 out of Bourbon, Indiana, trying to drive that Bourbon Pharmacy-sponsored machine to the front. He'll take third away from Stan Hudson on lap number 8. Jeremy Damron right behind him in the red number 83 is up to 4th. Then Gentleman Jim Angemeyer in car number 9 now moves to 5th as he gets around Stan Hudson's number 60 as well on lap number 9. They got 9 down and 11 to go this time by. 16, J.R. Ryman on the inside of number 60, Stan Hudson, as he moves to 6th. And Corey Ryman in the 17th, past qualifiers up to 7th now, as the young guns, the Diamond Motorsports number 16 and 17, start working their way to the front with 10 down and 10 to go at the halfway point. Number 5, Derek Jefferson about to lose the lead in turn 3. 83, Donnie Mangan down on the inside. Donnie Mangan overdrove it, around he goes in turn 4. Donnie Mangan, car number 83, spins around in turn 4, brings out our third caution flag. He was going for the lead. He got low, and he brought out the third caution flag in tonight's mini stock feature. Next interview. 10 down, 10 to go. Our leader is number 5, Derek Jemerson. Right behind him is the 83 of Jeremy Damron. Now will line up second as Donnie Mangan spun out on his own down there in turn 4. So 83 Donnie Mangan up here having to restart at the tail with 10 down and 10 to go. Number 5 Derek Jemerson out in front. Jeremy Damron will restart second. Number 9 Gentleman Jim Angemeyer then lines up. Oh, check this out. Number 5 Merle Yoder actually will move up to second as we have to revert back to the last completed lap, which was lap 10. Number 5 Merle Yoder was running second after 10 laps. So he'll move up there to the second place spot. 83 Jeremy Damron restarts third. Jim Angemeyer in car number 9 is in fourth. And J.R. Ryman in car number 16 will start there in fifth. 17 Corey Ryman restarts in sixth. Then the 60 of Stan Hudson back to 7th. 34 Mark Hughes will restart there at 8th. Squidward, number 13 Michael Landry there in 9th. The number 10 of Tim Barrick is in 10th as they get him lined back up for a single file formation restart with 10 down and 10 to go. Earlier today he had to take it and drive the number 1 Craig Castle machine because his number 19 Jerry Ryman car was having some problems earlier today and was unable to complete the heat race and had to catch a ride in the number 1. And then the number 1 car, he had problems in the first 10 laps, had to also take it to the pits. So Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman, our points leader,
not able to finish tonight's 20-lap Daytona Mini Stock feature. Okay, we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing with 10 down and 10 to go. Our leader is the number 5J of Derek Jimerson, Merle Yoder in the 5, and then there's Jeremy Dameron in 83. We're going to bring them up to speed as we crank it up in our Daytona Mini Stock. The four-cylinder humming right along here at the new Paris Speedway. The four-cylinder Daytona Mini Stocks, and now Jeremy Dameron's making his way up toward the front as he gets around Merle Yoder on lap number 11. Jeremy Dameron, car number 83, trying hard to get around Derek Jimerson. Here comes the number 9 of Gentleman Jim Engelmeyer. Number 9 is on the rail and moving on. Here comes the 16 of J.R. Ryman right behind him as we complete lap 12. J.R. Ryman's up to 4th. 16, Corey Ryman's up to 5th. Jeremy Dameron on the inside of Derek Jimerson for the lead in turn 3. 83, Jeremy Dameron going to take the lead away on lap number 13. Jeremy Dameron out in front. Number 9, Gentleman Jim Engelmeyer right on his bumper as they head out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Gentleman Jim Engelmeyer out here for the first time in 2005. Would love to pick up a feature win. As he looks to the inside coming out of turn 4, Gentleman Jim trying to find some way to get around Jeremy Dameron with 6 laps to go. J.R. Ryman in the 16s running in 3rd. Corey Ryman's in 4th. Derek Jimerson's back to 5th. We'll have 15 down. Wait a minute, we got a caution flag coming out. We got action in turns 1 and 2. As our leaders slow down over there, we've got 83 Donnie Mangan in the wall. We had 34 Mark Hughes turned in the wrong direction. 96 Andy Kindig, a whole slew of others.
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it.
Comments earlier this afternoon from Jackrabbit Jerry Ryman. However, mechanical problems hampered his chances to win tonight as we go back to green flag racing with 6 laps to go. In tonight's Daytona Mini Stock feature, 83 Jeremy Dameron being chased by the number 9 of Gentleman Jim Engelmeyer, who's right on his tail through turns 3 and 4. 16 J.R. Ryman's there in 3rd, and Corey Ryman's in 4th with 5 laps left. It's going to be the front 4 young guns looking to get around the Jeremy Dameron number 83 machine. 83 Jeremy Dameron, a former mini stock track champion. Number 9, Jim Engelmeyer, last year's track champion up front. Now the caution comes out for the 5th time, this time for the 13 of Michael Landry, who's setting over there in the wrong direction off of turn 2. So our 5th caution coming out with 5 laps to go in this Daytona Mini Stock feature. Front 4 still unchanged. It's 83 Jeremy Dameron, number 9 Gentleman Jim Engelmeyer running 2nd. J.R. Ryman and Corey Ryman, our fast qualifier, up there in 4th. But it could be anybody's race the way it's going right now. We've had 5 caution flags in tonight's Daytona Mini Stock feature. Jeremy Dameron had a week off last week. And he's got 3 8-feature wins under his belt. So does J.R. Ryman in car number 16, and squeezed in between them is the number 9, and Gentleman Jim Engelmeyer. He said he was going to come out and give some of these guys some competition tonight after doing a... Right now in the front 4, 3 out of the 4 have already picked up a checkered flag in 2005. Jeremy Dameron, J.R. Ryman, and Corey Ryman. Corey was last week's feature winner in that number 17 machine. Let's see if Jim Engelmeyer can do something as the green flag flies. They got 5 more to go. Gentleman Jim, car number 9 out of Wakarusa, giving it everything he's got. Now goes to the outside. Now looks back to the inside as they come through turn 4. They're going to have 16 down and 4 more to go as number 9, Gentleman Jim, tries to give the 83 of Jeremy Dameron a run for his money on the last 3.5 laps. The kid, Jeremy Dameron, car number 83 out of Goshen, a former track champion, staying up in front. 17 down and 3 to go this time. Gentleman Jim Engelmeyer trying to figure out some way to get around him. Here comes the 17 of Corey Ryman on the outside groove. Corey Ryman moving up. Fast qualifier on the day, 17 Corey Ryman. He's got 2 more to go as he works the outside of Gentleman Jim Engelmeyer. Corey Ryman now trying to get up there to challenge the 83 of Jeremy Dameron on the final lap. Jim Engelmeyer racing hard on the low side. White flag will fly. They got one more to go as Jeremy Dameron goes really wide coming out of turn 4. Corey Ryman works the outside groove in front of the 17. Jim Engelmeyer on the inside. A 4-car battle to the finish. 2 more turns remaining. They're going to be side by side. Watch them at the line as they come out of turn 4. The checkered flags fly for 83 Jeremy Dameron. Jeremy Dameron, car number 83, will pick up his 4th feature win in 2005. 17, Corey Ryman will finish 2nd. Number 9, gentleman Jim Engelmeyer 3rd. 16, J.R. Ryman crossed the stripe 4th. And number 4, Dave Castle will cross the stripe 5th in tonight's Daytona Mini Stock feature. But coming back after a week off to win tonight's Mini Stock feature, put your hands together for the 83 from Goshen. This is the kid, Jeremy Dameron. Car number 83, Jeremy Dameron, doing a great job of driving for Victory by Design Chassis. Goshen Collision Center and Triple K Graphics all sponsors the 83 of Jeremy Dameron out of Goshen as he picks up tonight's Mini Stock feature win. And like I said, number 9, Jim Engelmeyer was 2nd. 17, Corey Ryman crossed the stripe 3rd. 16, JR was 4th. The number 4 of Dave Coleman was 5th. And then from there on back, it was the number 5J of Derek Jemerson 6th. 83, Donnie Mangan finished 7th. The 5 of Merle Yoder was 8th. 60, Stan Hudson finished 9th. And 96, Andy Kindig rounds out the top 10 finishers in tonight's Daytona Mini Stock 20-lap feature. We'll get the kid, Jeremy Dameron, up here in the winner's circle and have a few words with him right after this brief pit stop on your home for Saturday night racing from the new Paris Speedway on Hoosier 103.5 FM.
And here's your lineup for tonight's 12-lap Valvoline Motor Oil Street Stock C feature. On the pole, car number 79, that's Bruce Fernie. To his right, the 20 of Alex Pratt. 007, Jack Brazel. 89, Jeff Stetler. Eric Gill, Dennis Baker, Jimmy Goldsboro as we go racing for 12 laps in our Valvoline Motor Oil Street Stock C feature. 007, Jack Brazel out to the early lead. 79, Bruce Fernie Jr. back to second as they complete lap number 1. Moving up on the inside, number 20, Rick Richardson, as he gets past the number 89 of Jeff Stetler there for third. Rick Richardson in car number 20 now in that orange and white number 20 is up to second as he's giving chase to that 007 of Jack Brazel. .442 of Sheldon Lindlag now headed for the pit area on lap number 4. 007 Jack Brazel still your leader as they complete lap 4 this time by. All right, 6 down, 6 to go. Battle up front. 007 Jack Brazel and the 20 of Rick Richardson on the outside groove. They're wheel to wheel, door to door. Racing for a case of Valvoline Motor Oil with 7 down and 5 to go. As we lose the 50P of Mark Pulver into the pits. Number 20, Rick Richardson taking the lead away from Jack Brazel in turn 3. 007, Jack Brazel battling back on the inside. Not going to make it as Rick Richardson goes to the lead in turn 1. Number 20, Rick Richardson in front of the 007 of Jack Brazel. 89, Jeff Stetler from Plymouth, Indiana is running there in third. Jimmy G in the 88's in fourth. As Dennis Baker in the 102 goes Baja through the main into the infield off of turn 4. Josh Summers also digging up the dirt over there in turn 1. 10 down, 2 to go, this time by. White flag flies, one more lap to go for number 20, Rick Richardson. And a checkered flag will wave this time for number 20, Rick Richardson. 007, Jack Brazel, and 89, Jeff Stetler will finish third. '20, 007, and 89. That's the way they're going to finish 1, 2, and 3. 89, Jeff Stetler from Plymouth, Indiana was third. 007, Jack Brazel finished second. As the orange and white number 20, being driven again tonight, picks up the Valvoline Motor Oil Street Stock C feature. Put your hands together for the orange and white number 20 of Rick Richardson. Rick Richardson driving the number 20. This car, of course, is sponsored by Knocker's Sports Bar in Syracuse, RC's Pub and Grub, The Keg in Leesburg, Louie's Bar and Grill, Joe's Ice Cream, Wawasee Bowl, and Foyle's Plumbing, all sponsors number 20 of Rick Richardson out of Syracuse. Okay, racer. 25, John Yoder. 18, Don Kaufman. 14 is Rick Kaiser, and the 2R of Rochelle Strickland, your front row, as Caleb Woods turns them loose. John Yoder, our pole setter. The 14 of Rick Kaiser there in second. The 2R of Rochelle Strickland running in third. 7 in is Merle Neff. 29, Paul Mishler Jr. running there in fifth. The 211 of Bouncing Bob Johnson's in sixth. 18 is Donnie Kaufman. 22 is Arden Stafford. And the 8 back there is Patty Smith as they complete lap number 2. We'll have 3 laps down this time around. Your leader is the 25 of John Yoder. Little Banny Rooster up front. Your leader's not your leader any longer. 25, John Yoder's over his time. Your new leader is the 14 of Rick Kaiser as they work out of turn 4. They'll have 4 down and 8 to go. Caution flag coming out for Peppermint Patty, number 8. Peppermint Patty Smith over there in turn 2. Number 8 brings out the first caution. 20 of Albert Himes. 25, John Yoder, and Patty Smith back there at the back of the pack as we've got 5 down, 7 to go. Watch them now as they come out of turn 4. As Caleb Woods will put them on their final pace lap this time. A 4-car start as they go racing into turn 1. Hang on into your hats down there. They turn themselves around. They're off and going. Paul Mishler Jr., Baja Paul Mishler Jr. out in front now as they scrambled that one around. 6 down, 6 to go. 2R Rochelle Strickland. She now goes to the infield. 5 laps to go this time. Your leader is the 29 of Paul Mishler Jr. 18 Donnie Kaufman running second. 14 Rick Kaiser now trying to battle back up. 211 Bob Johnson running there in third. We'll have 8 down, 4 more to go this time by. Three laps remain in tonight's mini stock C feature. Your leader's not your leader any longer. 29 Paul Mishler Jr. over his time. We'll have the facts and figures on him. Your new leader is the number 18 of Donnie Kaufman with 9 down, or 10 down and 2 to go. 25 John Yoder now up to second. 14 Rick Kaiser's running in third. White flag will fly for 18 Donnie Kaufman. He'll have 1 more to go. And a checkered flag will wave this time for number 18 Donnie Kaufman. 25 John Yoder second. 14 Rick Kaiser will finish third. Put your hands together for our mini stock C feature winner. Number 18 is Donnie Kaufman. Donnie Kaufman, car number 18. Donnie Kaufman, car number 18 out of Syracuse, Indiana, sponsored by Schussler's Racing, and Rick Ariola picks up tonight's Dayton-Daytona Mini Stock C feature. Of course, the number 25, John Yoder, came across second, and then the 14, Rick Kaiser, finished in third. Congratulations to our winner, number 18, Donnie Kaufman.